Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name is Dylan. Nice to meet you formally. Yes, this is a formal Uber news channel now. Yeah, I guess I'm doing Uber news now because, I don't know, you guys seem to like it. Today, crazy, unfortunately an Uber driver was sentenced to 3 years in jail for kidnapping a rider. This is on the Daily Beast. Yeah, basically, I'm gonna get into the article, but basically an Uber driver kidnapped a rider. This stuff happens. And unfortunately, this is not new. This has been going on for years. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there was this big scandal with Lori Loughlin paid for her daughter to get into USC, or for 2 of her daughters. And I think somebody told me like, oh, did you hear about this? This is crazy. And I was like, that's been going on forever. People are just finding out about it. It's the same thing here. Taxi drivers have been kidnapping passengers. There's crazy people out there, guys. This is nothing new. There's just social media, like me being able to tell you, so now people are hearing about it more. So I'm gonna go over it, and if you're an Uber passenger or Lyft passenger, be extra careful and know that not everybody out there in the world is great. And know that if you're a driver, that, you know, passengers might have that fear. So that's why you want to be extra nice, not creepy to your passengers. Don't want to ask your passengers personal questions. You just want to drive them safely, securely, you know, be nice to them. If they want to talk to you, then fine. But if they just want to chill in the back, I wouldn't solicit them. Drinking a very watery iced coffee. Gotta get a refill. Okay, so I'm gonna go over this, and also guys, just be safe out there, you know? Can never be too safe. That's why you always wanna keep your doors locked when you pick up passengers, because you never know. I mean, you are transporting people in a very safe environment. And if you see somebody, guys, as an independent contractor for Uber and Lyft, you don't have to pick everybody up. If you don't feel comfortable, somebody gets in your car and like starts being mean to you, tell them to get out of your car. Or if you drive up and the person just looks super sus and you, I don't know, have a bad feeling, just cancel the ride and tell them, I don't know, this guy, like, whatever, I don't know. If they just look sus, you don't have to pick them up. Okay, so here we go, guys. Here's a quick story. I'll do a little quick rundown, and then share my thoughts. An Uber driver who kidnapped a woman while she was asleep in the back of his vehicle, oh my gosh, was sentenced 3 years in prison on Monday. Kidnapping and wire fraud. After he pleaded guilty to the charges in March, in February 2018, Palmer changed the location of a female rider's destination from White Plains, New York to Boston, Massachusetts. When she woke up in Connecticut and demanded to be driven home or to a police station, Palmer refused and dropped her off on the side of a highway. Prosecutors so he changed the location to Boston. From New York to Boston. That's a decently far trip. That's really far, actually. Prosecutors also alleged, should we just do that, put that on the map really quick? Let's see how long that would take. Yeah, that's 195 miles, okay. From wherever they were. It was probably like a short trip before. That's a 200-mile trip. That's a long trip. When she woke up in Connecticut, okay, but prosecutor also alleged that Palmer slipped his hand under her shirt. Oh my gosh. Guys, they can find this stuff out. He was also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release in order to pay $3,642. That's not even that much. Of supervised release? Of supervised released. I don't know what that means. Yeah, guys, that's crazy. So, I don't know. I mean, that's it, but honestly, I don't think they released information because the girl probably just wanted to remain silent, and then I don't know about the guy, but basically, just be safe. You can never be too safe out there. Always practice. That's why whenever you pick up a passenger, I always say, and still to this day, I take Uber and Lyfts to the gym almost every single day because I usually go at night and it's cold and there's no parking there. Well, it is, but you have to pay, so I usually just Uber there anyway. And every single time, my driver has never once ever asked me what my name was. they just let me in the door. They don't roll down what you want to do. This is what I do every single time. I always roll down the window and usually I say, hey, are you here for an Uber? And they'll say yes, and then I'll say, okay, what's your name? And then they'll say their name, and then I can confirm. And I always have my doors locked when I'm picking people up. I never just let people in, because guys, you can never be too safe. Safety first, no jokes, literally safety first. Of course, you always want your passengers to be, have their seatbelts on, and you want to drive safely and stuff, but even letting people in your car, and if you're a passenger, double check that you have the correct license plate number on your phone. When you open up your phone and click, when you're ordering a ride, you can see the license plate number before you get into the car. This is what I do when I'm a passenger. I walk around to the back and I make sure it's the correct license plate. That's what you want to do, to make sure it's the correct driver. Unfortunately, this was the correct driver. He's just a creep, and I mean, that's what you get. That's what Uber gets for, that's what happens when when you have to realize, like, yeah, of course they're background checked, but like there's no interviews, there's no like orientation or anything. It just pretty much anybody can sign up as long as you have a driver's license. I mean, that guy will never be able to, that's a felony, I believe. I don't know what the whole outcome is, but he's probably gonna have a hard time getting a job after this, and he won't be able to drive for any platforms. So yeah, I mean, most people who are drivers are generally safe, but there are a lot of creepers out there. I have tons of female friends too, while we're on the topic of female passengers, who tell me they get hit on by drivers all the time. Drivers always ask me, oh, do you have a boyfriend? Oh, where are you going? Where are you going? You wanna go get coffee right now? It's like, come on, if you're a driver and you're doing that, stop. Okay, this is not fun and games. You're transporting people from point A to point B. People need to trust you with their life. This is not Tinder. So yeah, it's important to be safe. You can never be too safe. All right, guys, stay safe out there. I'll talk to y'all soon. All right, bye.